Welcome back, my math rock stars. Today we're going to be covering what is probably the most difficult concept of the entire year in finding volume and surface area. We're going to start by breaking it up by the two concepts, and we'll start with prisms, cylinders, and cubes for surface area. Those are the only ones you're going to have to find surface area for. The easiest way to think of surface area is to imagine adding the areas of all of the faces of a figure. When we think about faces, we're talking about the 2D figures that go into making a three-dimensional figure. So for example, the first thing we see there is that rectangular prism on the left. It has a bunch of different rectangles in it, right? Well, there's 6 faces altogether. There's a top and a bottom that are the same size. There's a left and right that are the same size, and a front and back that are the same size. Since they are the same size, if you find the area of one of the pair, you'll be able to just double it to find both. So if you think about it, the top and bottom measure 6 by 2 in length and width. If you double it, 2 times 6 times 2, you got the surface area of the top and the bottom. Then we just do the same thing for the left and right. 2 times, in this case, 4 times 2. For the front and back, it would be 2 times 6 times 4. It's 2 times 12 plus 2 times 8 plus 2 times 24, 24 plus 16 plus 48, which makes 88 square units. It's still in the second power, just like area, because it is surface area. Looking at a cylinder, what makes that shape up? There are 2 circles on top and bottom. Well, the area of a circle is pi r squared, right? So it's 2 times pi r squared. There are also 2 rectangular solids with a width and a base and a height there. So it's 2 times pi times r times h. So the surface area is 2 times pi times r times h, radius times height, for the rectangular part. Since it does still have a radius, it is a circular rectangle kind of shape. So you do have to include pi as well as radius. And then when we look at, and radius would be the length in the way. When we look at the other parts of the circles, 2 times pi times r squared, so 2 times pi times 10 times, in this case, 20, and then 2 times pi times 10 squared is 400 pi plus 200 pi, 600 pi, which makes 1,884 square inches even, oddly enough. And lastly, we got a cube. Well, a cube just has 9 feet sides all the way around, so if I'm thinking about surface area, it's just 6 times the side squared. 6 times 9 squared, 6 times 81 in that particular case, which makes 486 square feet. In the 7th grade, which you guys should be in, you'll only encounter those 3 shapes for surface area. Now let's just try to practice on your own. Go back and look at the formulas as needed, then check your answers after pausing the video when you're done. Alright, for the answers here, we have the rectangular prism. The front and back would be 2 times 6 times 5, which makes 60. The left and right would be 2 times 3 times 5, which is 30. The top and bottom combined is 2 times 3 times 6, which is 36. Put it together, 30 plus 60 plus 36 makes 126 square inches. For the cube, it's a 10 centimeter side. We're going to do 6 times the side squared. So 6 times 10 squared, 6 times 100 is 600 square centimeters. And lastly, we got the cylinder volume, or the surface area, excuse me, is 2 times pi times r times h plus 2 times pi times r squared, 2 times pi times 4 times 9, plus 2 times pi times 4 times 4, 72 pi plus 32 pi, which makes 104 pi, or 326.56 square feet. Which brings us on to our next shape, prisms. And along with it, our next concept, finding volume. How do we find the volume of prisms? Well, volume is the space contained in a 3D figure. How area is just the 2D side. Since we have 3 dimensions, it's a whole new formula. It's volume. So how do we find volume of prisms? If we have a cube, it's the idea that you're just taking the side and doing it in 3 dimensions. So it's side cube. Side times itself 3 times. Side times side times side. For a rectangular prism, we have a length, a width, and a height usually given to us. And you just times those 3 things together. Length times width times height. And lastly, for general prism shapes, like a triangular prism that you see there drawn, or in that case, a kind of rhombus-shaped prism, the idea is you're going to take the area of the base, since the base is the structure of it, and times it by the height of the prism itself. So capital B times H is how we notate that. When we look at the volume of the cube here with a 6 centimeter side, it's going to be 6 to the 3rd power for volume. 6 times 6 times 6, which is 216 cubic centimeters. When we look at the volume of the rectangular prism, it is length times width times height, so 5 times 2 times 3 in this case of what's given, it's 30 cubic feet. And lastly, for the volume of the triangular prism, area of base times height, the base is that triangle with a 7 height and 10 base, so 7 times 10 divided by 2, since it's a triangle, 70 divided by 2 is going to be 70 divided by 2 is 35, and then you're going to times it by 3, which is the height of the figure, which is 105 cubic meters. next thing we're going to look at is finding volume for the shape of a pyramid. How does it differ? Let's go ahead and take a look now. So while there are various different pyramid shapes, the two you're most likely to see in the 7th grade would be a triangular-based pyramid or a square-based pyramid. With a triangular-based pyramid, there's a lot of different sides that you see. The height of the pyramid is labeled, the height of the base is labeled, the length of the base is labeled, and the slant height is labeled as well. For the volume, you're going to take the length of the base, times it by the height of the base, then times it by the height of the pyramid, and divide it by 6. And then when we look at this square base of the pyramid, we have the length of the base squared, since it's a square base, times the height of the pyramid, then divide it by 3 instead of 2. It's the number of dimensions, essentially. And since you have a triangle shape, the reason you use 6 for the triangle is you get the third dimension, but also having to divide it by half. Well, if a half times a third makes a 6, that's why it's divided by 6. So let's take a look at how that factors into these examples. With a triangular-shaped pyramid, very poorly drawn on my part, sorry about that, we would do volume is length times height times overall height divided by 6, 14 times 12 times 3 of what's given divided by 6, 504 divided by 6 makes 84. Then we got square base, which is length squared times height divided by 3. That's going to be 18 squared times 12 divided by 3, which is going to come out to 1296 in the very end cubic meters. The last groups of shapes we're going to kind of clump together here are cylinders, cones, and spheres, finding their volumes. The reason I clump them together is because they use circles, which will happen to use pi. So take a look at their formula here. A right circular cylinder, the kind you'll encounter here in 7th grade, is pi times r squared times h for volume. For a cone, a lot like a traffic cone or an ice cream cone, it is a right circular cone that you're most likely to encounter, which is going to be pi times r squared times the overall height of the figure, not the slant height, divided by 3. And lastly, we got a sphere. I'm not sure how much you'll see those in 7th grade, but in case you do, it is 4 times pi times the radius cubed divided by, radius squared divided by 3. So taking a look at the right circular cylinder example, finding that volume, it is pi times r squared times the overall h. In this case, it would be pi times 4 squared times 12. That's going to be 16 times 12 times pi, 192 pi, which comes out to 602.88 cubic units. When we look at the cone, we are going to have pi times r squared times h divided by 3. That's going to be pi times 2 squared times 5 divided by 3. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 5 is 20, so we got 20 pi divided by 3. You can leave your answer as 20 over 3 pi, or if they want it in terms of a rounded answer, it would be 20.93 repeated cubic inches. And lastly, we've got the volume of the sphere. 4 times pi times r cubed, actually it's cubed, my bad, divided by 3. When we have that, it would be 4 times pi times 8 cubed divided by 3. 4 times pi times 8 cubed is 2048. Then it's going to be pi over 3. You can have 20 over 48 over 3 pi, or you can just put it into the calculator, 2143.573 repeated centimeters cubed. A lot of a mouthful right there, a lot of steps on that one. Now, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to pause the video, take a look at these 8 questions, go back to the formula as needed, and solve them on your own. When you're ready, you can unpause the video and check the answers on the next slide. Okie dokie, and here are our volume answers. For the sphere, which is the first one, 4 times pi times 6, actually is squared, my bad, I misread that in the last slide before this. 4 times pi times 36 over 3, 144 pi over 3, which would be 150.72 cubic inches. For the triangular prism there, it is going to be volume is area of base times height. The base is going to be 7 times 4, and then divided by 2. So 28 divided by 2 makes 14. Then we're going to times it by 3, which is going to make 42 cubic kilometers in that case. For the right circular cylinder, we got volume equals pi times r squared times the height of the whole thing. The radius is 2, the height is 11. So we got 2 squared, which is 4, times 11, which makes 44, times pi, 44 pi, which is 138.16 cubic centimeters. Looking at the cube, that's an easy one. It's just side cubed. We got a side of 10. 10 cubed is 1,000, so 1,000 feet cubed. For the cone, we got volume is pi times r squared times h over 3. The radius that is given here is 11. We're going to square 11 to make 121, times it by the height, 13, 1573 over 3 pi. Or you can have the answer there, which I believe, it's kind of small there, but I think it's 596.906 repeated meters cubed. We got the square-based pyramid there. Length squared times height divided by 3. The length is 8 squared, which makes 64, times 14 the height, which makes 896 divided by 3, 298, and 6 repeated millimeters cubed. We got ourselves a rectangular prism next. Length times width times height. That is 9 times 4 times 2 of what's given there. That's 72 cubic units. And lastly, we got ourselves a triangular prism, or triangular pyramid. That is length times height times overall height divided by 6. We got 5, 7, and 4 given, so it's 5 times 7 times 4 divided by 6. 140 divided by 6 makes 23, and 3 repeated cubic feet. So our rather short tips and takeaways for the day. Surface area is the combined areas of the two-dimensional figures along the faces of a three-dimensional figure. Volume is the space contained within a three-dimensional figure. And lastly, just go see the previous scenes for various formulas. No need to type them out here. They're long and various. Now you're ready to go try practicing on your own. Hope you've learned something. Have a great day.